Mike's in where? Why do you think so many... Maybe I'm being overly kind again, Mike, but I do want to believe otherwise decent people who care about standards switch it off where he's concerned.
Well, I think the answer to that is that you have the view that just because...
I know what my view is, mate. Tell me what yours is.
Well, my view is that ex-President Trump was a good man for America, and my opinion is that Boris Johnson is a good man to lead this country. The fact that he doesn't, that you don't agree with it...
No, it's not a question of agreeing. I'm interested in why you don't care about him chucking a report into bullying in the bin so the independent advisor on the ministerial code resigned.
I don't care.
I know you don't. That's clear, but why not?
Well, because on the scale of what's happened in this country in the last year, it's meaningless.
Well, I agree with you, because 150,000 people have died, but apparently you don't care about that either.
No, of course I care about that.
And how many of them do you think would have been avoided with stronger leadership?
I've got no idea.
Well, take a guess.
Idea.
Take a guess.
No, I don't. Look, I'm on here. You asked me why I agree with Boris.
No, I didn't. I said, why don't you care about his obvious moral corruption?
Because, as I said, on a scale of what's important in our world, it means nothing. It isn't important.
Wanting the bodies to pile up in their thousands. How is that not important?
Well, did he say that?
Yes.
Is it been proven?
Yes.
Oh, he said it.
Yes.
You heard him?
Of course I didn't hear him, but three people who did.
Then how do you know that he did?
Well, I'll tell you if you stop shouting. Three people who heard it have said that they'd happily swear on oath that they had done, and his own spokespeople are refusing to deny it now.
Okay.
So why don't you care about that?
I don't care about it.
I know you don't. That's why you've rung in. So why don't you care about the bloke in charge of No, Mike.
Yeah.
He said it. Why don't you care?
Because it isn't important.
So the man in charge of our pandemic management said that he wanted bodies to pile up in their thousands, that he wanted the virus to rip through the population, and you don't think that's important. Just talk me through why it's not important.
No, I don't want to talk you through why it's not important.
Please, that's literally what the phone-in's for.
On the programme.
Well, not really.
Why don't you talk about
because I don't want to. I'm interested.
From your books.
Say that again.
Talk about that.
Why don't I talk about what?
Why don't you talk about you couldn't live off the royalties from the sales of your books? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, if you want, Mike. As long as you promise to answer my question at the end. Explain what it is you're asking me.
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
From the sales of your books, could you live off the royalties?
Oh, very comfortably, yes.
Okay, good.
Next, I'll let you do two more questions, and then we'll get back to the phone-in that everybody else is tuned in for. So go on. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, what I'd like to know is why you still feel when over half of Americans voted for Trump. Okay.
No.
In the last election.
No, they didn't. They counted that. We can't argue about arithmetic.
Your lot got drubbed.
Mike.
Your lot got drubbed in the referendum. Your lot got drubbed in the general election.
Yeah, go on.
But you just can't
not my lot, mate. Not my lot in the general election. I was one of Jeremy Corbyn's most cogent critics. But what's the question again?
The question was, why can you not accept that just because someone doesn't agree with your point of view...
No, it's not my point of view.
Substandard, they're submental.
Mate, you're putting words in my mouth, and I don't think submental is actually a word.
Well, you put words in everyone else's mouth.
No, I don't. I give you an opportunity to answer the questions that I ask, Mike, and the question is... No, you're doing it again. I've just given you the free space to make your point. It's not my fault you haven't got one.
Let me make my point.
Good.
Let me make my point.
Go on, then. So you think that the counting of the votes in the American election was wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't keep insulting people because they don't agree with you.
It's not a question of agreeing.
Is
there a border in the Irish Sea? Is there a border in the Irish Sea?
I don't care.
No, but is there?
All I care about is people's lives. Okay.
So then why don't you care about the bloke who said he wanted bodies to pile up in their thousands?
Because it hasn't been proved that he said it, and despite what you've said.
Why won't they deny it?
That he said it.
Why won't they deny it?
Maybe they will. But is it important?
But they won't, and they have. Well, you said you care about people's lives.
Have you lost anybody to COVID in your family?
If you care about, not in my direct family, no.
No.
If you care about people's lives, how can you be comfortable with the chap saying he wants it to rip through the population, Mike? Just talk me through it, mate. I don't know what you're so angry about.
Well, I'm angry because you're deflecting.
Please answer the question. It's
away
11:56. The question is, we've spent 2 hours on the same phone-in. You'll allow me to say there's no real excuse for not understanding what question we're asking. You say you care about lives and you don't care about all the other stuff. No, not the majority, mate. Let's finish the question, right?
Okay.
You don't care about the fact. You don't care about the fact you were lied to. You can speak for the majority.
You're just running time down because you know you're wrong.
Yeah, you got me there, Mike. You got me there.
Yeah, okay.
All right, but there's still plenty of time.
So are you.
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah, that's great. That's really stinging. That's really hurt. So the question is, if you care about people's lives, how can you be comfortable with him saying that he wanted the virus to rip through the population, Mike? Just talk me through it all the time you want.
He's doing a great job for the country, and you'll see it at the next election. You'll see it. He'll get elected by another landslide.
127,000. No, you're not answering the question. You care about people's lives, but you don't care about a Prime Minister wanting the pandemic to rip through the population. Just explain the logic of that position to me.
You're twisting words that he may not have said. He never said he wanted the pandemic to rip through. You're just twisting his words.
No, Mike, I'm not, Mike, and I don't, you see.
You can't accept it,
Sorry, Mike, what does that mean now?
What does it mean?
Yes, bearing in mind that there will be people listening who have mental health problems, why do you say I came off suicide watch?
Well, because that was a rumour. I think that you'd been on suicide watch when the Brexit result went against you.
By rumour, you mean racists on Twitter?
No.
Where did you hear that rumour, Mike? Where did you hear that rumour?
Social media, but not Twitter.
Well, okay, so give me some examples, will you? Because I might sue.
No.
Why not, Mike? Come on, Mike. Big, brave Mike. Tell it like it is, mate. Take your time. You've still got 2 minutes. Where did you hear that rumour?
On social media.
Where?
Facebook.
Where?
Facebook, I just told you.
Whose accounts?
Well, I don't make a note of people's accounts. There was a lot of them.
You must be able to remember something that you're going to come out and spew on national radio, Mike. Come on.
It's trivia. It just demonstrates
you think it's trivia that you think it's trivia that people claimed I was on suicide watch. Come on, Mike, give me the source.
No.
Otherwise people might think you're lying.
How few people support your views?
Mike, you have believed somebody posting on Facebook that I was on suicide watch, and you're here to claim that you've got a clearer bead on reality than I have. Yeah,
well, what you may have been, because all your dreams are shattered. And they keep being shattered, and you can't accept it.
What are you talking about, Mike? Your man is calling for bodies to pile up in their thousands and the virus to rip through the population. And in order to defend your position on national radio, you're reduced to repeating libelous lies from Facebook accounts that you're too cowardly to name.
Okay. All right, well, you'll probably come out of this grinning and laughing at the next idiot that disagrees with you.
You just laughed,
mate. It
Mike.
doesn't make any difference.
You just laughed, mate. What's wrong with laughing?
Because I can laugh at you. That's why you're deluded.
But you're laughing at my description of you as a cowardly liar.
Yeah, because I can.
Well, I know you can.
It isn't true.
I know you can, but why?
Because it isn't true.
What's not true? What's not true?
That I'm a cowardly liar.
Okay, well, you lied about me being on suicide watch, and you're too cowardly.
You lie about everything
and you're
else.
too cowardly to tell me where you got that information from. So, if you add cowardly to liar, you get a cowardly liar.
It's up to you.
You're a cowardly liar.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I'm a cowardly liar.
There we go, Mike. We got there in the end. It's 12 noon.